I'm Katrina MacDonald. I'm one of the Regional HR Directors for Johnston Press. Johnston Press was a family-run organisation. It has expanded significantly through acquisition. So we've been fundamentally newspapers. We have been vendors on the corners. We have been street sellers. We have been your paper boys and girls, distributing the free papers that we also do. We're moving into the digital world, and we have mobile websites. So we not only do have the website that you can access on your computer, but you can access it on any of your mobile applications as well. So there are big changes afoot. Towards the end of last year, we had a change of leadership within Johnston Press, and Ashley Highfield joined the organisation. One of the first things that Ashley decided that he really needed to do was get under the skin of the management and understand what made the organisation tick. We had run an internal engagement survey 3-4 years ago, and sadly never picked up, never followed through, didn't do any follow-up with it. And therefore there was this sort of suspicion about engagement surveys. By going to an external organisation, we could say, you know, they are the experts. We've actually taken the time and the effort and, to be honest, the expense of bringing in an external organisation to demonstrate our commitment to the process and also to provide an element of confidentiality with it as well. The engagement matrix that Digital Opinion have created. It talks about how engaged your staff are and breaks it down into the 4 boxes about engaged, disaffected, and it gives you the split of your organisation. And we used that in our presentation back to the away day. And it was very powerful because we were able to say, you know, sit in your teams now, and of your staff that work with you, how many do you think are actually in that bottom box, in the disaffected box? Or how many are actually, they're with us, but they're not that committed? And how many are truly engaged? And it started quite a discussion group around the room. As we launched the survey, we also launched the communication of the strategy. So after our away day, and with the feedback from the teams, and each team came back and presented, and there was buy-in from the board about the various elements of that, we committed to communicating with every single individual what the strategy was. So it was down to, yes, we're going more digital, we need to focus on the people, we need to drive certain elements and directions. You know, with a reducing audience, there's certain things you had to do there as well. That was launched at the same time as we did the actual survey. And one of the great things we got from the survey was we were able to ask, do you know the strategy? Have you had it communicated to you? And if we got results back from that that said, actually, no, we don't, then we knew that there was something much more fundamental wrong in our communication process that we needed to do better. So it assisted us in that process as well. There has just been a massive restructuring program within the business. So just at one point when we were talking to Digital Opinion and we were going, yeah, the structure and how we're going to send out the questionnaires looks tip-top, that's going to work. We'd be making the phone call the next day going, actually, we need to make a few more changes. But Digital Opinion were absolutely great with that, on board with it, very cooperative, and we took a decision roughly where we needed to that said, regardless of what changes are going to continue, here's a line in the sand, let's just go with it. They supported us with the confidentiality statements that we made to the business, and that was very powerful because we were able to say, answer the questionnaire, we can't see whether you've answered it or not as an organisation, the only people who can are Digital Opinion. And there was a lot of suspicion around that to start with, but after a while they were like, oh, okay, right, I understand that now. The reports you get back do quite a bit of the interpretation for you. They are in a very user-friendly format. I'm quite a visual person, so the fact that they rag the scores, red, amber, green them for me, is a massive plus. So when I print off a report for an organisation, one of the companies I don't necessarily know that well, I can print off the report, open it up and look at the line manager and go, red. We want to be able to make line managers accountable. Their engagement score will be a key indicator to them going forward. We did it when we did it, knowing that the organisation was in this great state of flux and that things would change, and therefore it was more a case of taking a marker at that moment, and then we'll do it again in December, but the December scores will actually be utilised going forward. It was an opportunity to do something very positive in an organisation where we're making a lot of changes. So from an HR perspective, it was very enjoyable, but we also had the guiding hand of digital opinion to help us and smooth things, and there were random questions that we would be asking, but they were very patient and very tolerant and just said, yeah. And when the email response wasn't possible, they pick up the phone and talk to you. It's great. I've loved doing it. I'm looking forward to the next one.